Hi there. Welcome to this Sunday sermon for you adults out there. How you guys doing? I'm going to be preaching out of Revelations again. You remember how we left off on the Revelations. And we know that the times are getting rough out there. You really got to think about it. The economy, everybody they're stealing, robbing. You got so much theft out there. You got drugs killing people. You really got to think about all the stuff that's going on. You really got to take it serious, because I'm taking it serious now. I'm thinking about, I read the paper every day, and you got somebody dying from this new drug out there that's laced with some new stuff out there, and you got kids dying over it. And your dealers out there don't care. They're making money while they're killing people. They should really think about what they're doing. Yes, at the last video, pink tie, blue shirt. Yes, I'm still working on my tie. I'm trying, you guys. You got to work with me. But we were reading out of Revelations last week because I was talking about the weather. But now let's talk about the economy. Look at it. Groceries are going sky high. People can't afford to eat. There's some people that don't have vehicles. They can't even go anywhere. Some people out there are just working, getting by day, and people don't care. I think if we should take some time, if we're fortunate, and help out somebody that is fortunate. Really think about it. So I'm going to go back into Revelations, like I said. We were starting at the very beginning. I'm going to go to chapter 2 and work myself way down. And here it goes. This is chapter 2, verse 1. A letter to the church in Ephesus. To the messenger of the church of Ephesus writes, the one who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, the one who walks among the 7 gold lampstands says, I know what you have done, how hard you have worked, and how you have endured. I also know that you cannot tolerate wicked people. You have tested those who call themselves apostles but not apostles. You have discovered that they are liars. 3. You endured, suffered trouble because of my name, and have not grown weary. 4. However, this against you, the love you had and first is gone. 5. Remember how far you have fallen. Return to me and change the way you think and act, and do what you did at first. I will come to you and take your lampstand from its place if you don't change. 6. But you have this in your favor. You hate what the Nicolaites are doing. I hate what they're doing. 7. Let the person who has ears listen to what the Spirit says to the churches. I will give the pillars of eating from the tree of life, which stands in the paradise of God, to everyone who wins the victory. Just think of that. Then you have the letter of the church of Samaria. Verse 8. To the messenger of the church of Samaria writes, the first and the last who was dead become alive, says, I know how you're suffering, how poor you are, but you are rich. I also know that those who claim to be Jews slander you. Those who are the synagogue of, those are the synagogues of Satan. 10. Don't be afraid of what you're going to suffer. The devil is going to throw some of you into prison so that you may be tested. Your suffering will go on for 10 days. Be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life. Let the person who has ears listen to the Spirit says to the churches, everyone who wins the victories will never be hurt in the second death. Think about that. Jesus is letting you know in the second coming of what's going to happen. Sorry about my speech, because some of these words I can't pronounce, but I try. That's all that counts. We're going to go to a letter to the church of Pergama, verse 12. To the messenger of the church in Pergama writes, the one who holds the sharp two-edged sword says, I know where you live. Satan's throne is there. You hold on to my name and have not denied your belief in me. Even the days of Antipas, he was my faithful witness who was killed in your presence. Where Satan lives, 14. But I have a few things against you. You have among you those who follow what Balaam taught Balak. Balak trapped the people of Israel by encouraging them to eat food sacrificed to idols, to sin sexually. 15. You also have some who follow what the Nicolaitans teach. So return to me and change the way you think and act, or I will come to you quickly and wage war against them with the sword from my mouth. 17. Let the person who has ears listen to what the Spirit says to the churches. I will give you some of the hidden manna to everyone who wins the victory. I will also give you each person a white stone with a name written on it, a name that is known only to the person who receives it. Wow. It's getting very serious. God is letting you know. I mean, because you got the 7 churches. That's where we're in Revelations. We're actually on, we're still in verse 2, and we're still on, I think it's Thyatira, Church Thyatira. And it keeps going on, into the chapters of your Bible. And we're going to stay in the Revelations until we complete it, because I think we need to know it. I'm going to go to this very last one, and then we're going to stop at chapter 3. To the messenger of church of Thyatira writes, the Son of God, whose eyes are like flames of fire, those whose feet are like glowing bronze, says, 19. I know what you do. I know you love faith, servants, and endurance. I also know what you are doing now is greater than what you did at first. 20. But I have something against you. You tolerate the woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophet. She teaches and misleads my servants to sin sexually and to eat food sacrificed to idols. I gave her time to turn to me and change the way she thinks and acts, but she refuses. Let me get back here. Okay. She refuses to turn away from her sexual sins. 22. Watch me. I'm going to throw her into a sickbed. Those who commit sexual sins with her also suffer a lot unless they turn away from what she's doing. 23. I will kill her children. Wow. Then all churches will know that I am the one who searches hearts and minds. I reward each of you what you have done. But the rest of you in Thyatira who don't hold on Jezebel's teaching, who haven't learned what are called the deep sins of Satan, I won't burden you with anything else. 25. Just hold on to what you have until I come. 26. I will receive authority from my Father. I will give authority over the nations to everyone who wins the victory and continues to do what I want until the end. 27. Those people who rule the nations with iron scepters and shatter them like pottery. 28. I will also give them the morning star. Let the person who has ears listen to the Spirit says to the churches. I'm going to go ahead and leave off there. He's getting serious there. He's letting you know about the revelations. It's getting very serious out there. And what's going on to this day is actually happening. Jesus is angry. Very angry. I do apologize on some of my pronunciations. I'm sitting there trying to read, but God is very serious. You really got to think about it. The economy is going it's going like down, going down. Gas, food, you got more homeless, there's more crime, there's more corruption, you got all this stuff happening overseas. Start writing down, get a piece of paper like I told the last sermons, get a piece of paper and write down what you see that's going on. Write it down daily and you're going to try to figure it out. Then start reading the Revelations, and it's going to answer all your questions. It will answer every one of your questions that you write down. Trust me, it will. And it will. It will. So, just think about what's going on. Thank you for visiting this Sunday sermon. And what do I say at the end of, or excuse me, if you can donate, there's a PayPal button. Donate if you can. It keeps the cost of the cell phones, the website, phones, internet. If you can, it's well appreciated. If you can't, God knows why. But if you can't donate, help out the homeless, less unfortunate. Donate your time. That is tying to God. And I'm going to tell you, God bless you guys out there. What do I say at the end of every video? What would Jesus do? If you think like that, you won't go wrong. Take care and God bless.